In this video, I want to explain how to reach your ultimate creative potential. Most humans innately have massive potential for creativity and art, which is something that can be applied to anything, whether it's your work, your projects, your business, your craft. Literally anything requires some degree of creativity and art. But the problem is that societal conditioning has made it almost impossible for most people to access 100% of that creative force within you. So in this video, what I want to do is explain to you how you can identify what is preventing you from accessing that creative power within and how to reverse the damage that has been inflicted upon you. There's a lot of interesting things I'm about to explain in this video, but let's begin with the first point and we will develop it from there. The number one thing that destroys human creativity is caring for other people's opinions. Even if you just care a tiny bit, like 1%, that will be enough to significantly harm your creativity and art, and nothing you do will be pure. And the big problem is that nowadays we care more than ever about what other people think of us and their opinions, because we live in a world where everyone is obsessed with constantly pointing fingers at each other and being very vocal about what everyone else is doing wrong. And this environment ends up conditioning us to second guess everything that we do even before we do it. We start thinking about what someone else will think of us when we do something and what they will say about you. But that is horrible for creativity and art. And here's why. Because the way art happens, the way pure creativity happens, and by the way, as I said before, a lot of things are art, okay? Art is not just painting and drawing and music. Creating a business is an art, sports can be an art, a profession can be an art, okay? So the way art happens, the way pure creativity happens, is when the artist disappears, when the human is not there, when you forget even about yourself. You lose yourself in the craft, and art is just going through you. You're just the vehicle through which art is being delivered. In a way, creating pure art is like a meditative state. There's no mind, there's no you. And this is something that actually a lot of famous artists have talked about. So for example, Jackson Pollock, he often talked about how his paintings emerge from like an unconscious process. He said that sometimes he did not even remember like the details of how his paintings were created, as if he was channeling something beyond his conscious control. Then you had Salvador Dali, exactly the same thing. He sometimes said that he did not even remember creating his own paintings and that he would just enter like a trance-like state where images would just come to him. Then, for example, we have Michelangelo, who said that he was like a tool in the hands of God and claimed that ideas would come to him as if he was not the originator of those ideas, but a vessel from a higher force. Then we have Beethoven, same thing. He spoke of music coming to him beyond his own control, and just music literally just writing itself through him. In my personal life, I've also experienced this. For those of you who've been following me for a while, you know that at some point in my life, I wrote a movie screenplay, and my best writing happened when I lost myself in the writing process, and I was not even thinking, it was just happening, that words were appearing in front of me. So I'm sure you get the point with all of these examples. But here's the thing, like all of this, the artist disappearing and the art just flowing through him, this cannot happen if you are too self-conscious of your own self. And one of the biggest reasons why you get self-conscious when you create is when you think about what other people will think of your work. So you have to stop caring, and you have to be okay with your work offending other people and even saying F you to their opinions. A lot of people are very opinionated, and there's always going to be someone in your ear saying like, this is not good, or this should be this way or that way or whatever. But screw them. You should have no respect for other people's opinions, especially when it comes to art and creativity. And you don't need feedback, by the way. If that's what you're thinking, you're missing the whole point of the video. But here's the big insight that I've come to understand in recent months. You have to stop caring about both the bad comments and the good comments. They're equally harmful because they're two sides of the same coin. If you care about the bad comments, you're not going to take risks and create new things because you're going to be worried about all the negative things that people could say. But if you care about the good comments, it's the same thing. You're not going to take risks and you will stay in your lane because that's what people already applaud you for. And you will not want to try new things because they already like this. So both the good comments and the bad comments, they're limiting. They enslave you. There's something that I recently read in a book that resonated so much with me. I even shared it on X. It said, the day that somebody tells me I'm a genius and I take that seriously, I'm in big trouble. Can you understand why? because now I'm going to start getting tense. I've got to live up to it. I've got to maintain it. I've got to find out after every lecture, did you like the lecture? Did you still think I'm a genius? See? So what you need to do is smash the label. Smash it and you're free. Don't identify with it. And that's the trapping that I was just telling you about the positive comments. So both the good and the bad, they will enslave you. Any opinion will enslave you. If you want your art and your craft to be pure, you have to completely disregard and not care about what anyone could possibly say about your craft if what you want is to optimize for purity. And actually, this is one of the reasons why I'm even considering disabling comments on my YouTube channel. As I wrote in this tweet right here, I've realized that I equally dislike positive comments and negative comments on my YouTube videos. They're equally harmful. I'm probably not gonna do it yet because I have a really small YouTube channel and usually I don't get that many comments unless sometimes I have videos that get decent views, then I do get comments, but I'm probably not gonna do it yet. But if I were to grow, it's likely that I will do it. There's a few other reasons why I'm thinking about it. Another one is because based on the nature of the content that I post on my YouTube channel, which in a way is educational and I'm exploring ideas of all sorts, a lot of people sometimes they leave comments as if they wanted to debate me on something I said and start a conversation. But I'm not here to debate anyone. If I want to have debates or conversations about the topics I talk about on my videos, I already have plenty of smart, intelligent and insightful people in my life with all sorts of different backgrounds with whom I can discuss these things appropriately. But anyways, good comments, bad comments, I don't like them. Being exposed to opinions, as I was saying, it's bad. Even if you don't pay attention to them, they're there, they're in your environment. They're gonna reach you eventually. And here's the thing, all of you watching who don't have YouTube channels, the exact same phenomenon is happening in your life on a daily basis. You have your own life, you make your own decisions, you have your own craft, your own projects, and then you have all these people around you giving you comments about what they think and what they like and what they don't like. But again, it is all noise that does more harm than good. So again, throw all those comments away, shut them down, ignore them, burn them. You know, I wanted to talk about Vincent van Gogh for this very same reason. He was not appreciated during his lifetime. People thought his work was too intense or too this or too that, and they also thought like he was mentally insane. But nowadays, he's loved by almost everybody. And you know, I think he was ahead of his time. He was, well, as I was saying, a pure artist. But imagine if he had cared about what other people think. Then he would have just been one more. Maybe he would have sold more paintings during his lifetime, but at what cost? You know, the cost of his soul. Now, don't get confused. Making art is not about being different, okay? Making art is about creating what comes through you, authentically, whatever that is. It might be more or less different than what other people do, but being different is not how you measure creativity, because a lot of people, they force themselves to be alternative and be different and even edgy, but more often than not, that just turns into like an inauthentic mess. The guiding star of pure art is your inner self, but the inner self that was so alive when you were a kid, that child that used to have that spark inside of him that was able to create marvelous things, you have to tap into that and realize that is the sole thing you should pay attention to. Everything else around you, the opinions of your family, your friends, or random people on the internet, they do not matter at all. And I believe that it's very important that you become unapologetic about your work, about your craft, about your art, about the things that you do. And if someone doesn't like it, double down on what you're doing and screw them. And look, if you take the big picture of what I'm saying in this video, the message that I've been giving you here is what I've been repeating on my channel over and over and over again since I posted my first ever video 2 years ago. Trust yourself more, trust others less. Find your own answers, be your own guru, be your own guide, reclaim your inner authority and live life on your own terms. So anyways, that's it for this video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel because I post videos like this fairly often. If you like this video, I have even better content on my website, so go check it out, link in the description. Also, if you want access to my private consultancy and you want to do a one-on-one with me, you can find that on my website too. And if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, X, on Telegram too. All of those links are in the description. And that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Have a great life. Peace.